How old were you when you realized you were kinky? My name is Jerry Pelser, and in my latest book I explore the topics of friendship, young love, family secrets, and kink positivity in a new series of 4 books called The Felicity Street Annals, a children's story for adults. The first book in the series launches on the 30th of May and is available in both paperback and Kindle on Amazon.com, along with my other, distinctly more adult, BDSM-flavored novels.
We can fight our desires, but when we start making fires, we get ever so hot. Whether we like it or not, they say we can love who we just.
Surrender yourself to Mistress Salsa, professional dominatrix. Discard your inhibitions and experience your deepest, darkest fantasies in my dungeon. I am a disciplinarian and sadist, offering both cruel torture in the torture chamber and sensual domination in the boudoir room. Sissification transformation is also done in the dressing room, as well as garden play, being locked up in the jail cell or disciplined in the schoolroom. Discretion is absolute. My dungeon is a safe space to embrace your natural kinks and escape the stresses and judgment of everyday life. You will feel exhilarated and rejuvenated after releasing yourself and surrendering to Mistress in submission. I can be contacted on 083 355 0155 or email Mistress on bdsm@mistresssalsa.com.
Sensually Royal is an adult toy store that sells all things sensual and kinky. We only sell top quality toys to give the full royal experience. Book a sensual session with Queen Ananas, professional dominatrix, to guide you and your partner on using our toys in the most intimate and sensual way. Pleasure is the name of the game. Remember that kink doesn't have to mean pain. You'd be surprised to see what terrifying looking toys can be used to give you an arousing, alluring, and sensational experience. Contact information: Queen Anana's WhatsApp on 063 398 2355. Instagram, Queen Ananas Official. Queen with 3 E's _ Ananas _ official. And obviously, Sensually Royal. Instagram, Sensually _ Royal.
You know you love my escapades. A little bit of fun ain't a crime. We could lock ourselves in and fuck for days. We could take advantage of time. No, I'm not one of those good girls who buys you gifts for your birthday. I show up with sex toys in a trench coat, telling you to behave. Like I handcuffs, swing set, and whips to make you wish you never came back. I like to have fun with this shit. I told you when you met me, boy, I'm one kinky son of a bitch. I'll strap you to the bed if you let me. I thought I told you I'm one kinky son of a bitch. Give me one night to control you, then I'll hold you like one kinky son of a bitch. I'll rip your clothes off, take a load off. After a long day, I'm one kinky son of a bitch. If you take a look in my bag, you will see you don't know how. One kinky son of a bitch. All I do is misbehave. An animal I'm too hard to tame. Got more than class, I'm different, babe. After me, your life won't be the same. You'll be falling in love. No, I'm not one of those girls you wanna take home to mama. Cause when we visit, she gon' probably catch me doing some things that I should not do around her. Being handcuffs, swing set, and whips to make you wish you never came back. I like to have fun with this shit. I told you when you met me, boy, I'm one kinky son of a bitch. I'll strap you to the bed if you let me. I thought I told you I'm one kinky son of a bitch. Give me one night to control you, then I'll hold you like one kinky son of a bitch. I'll rip your clothes off, take a load off. After a long day, I'm one kinky son of a bitch.
The
views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent or that of the program, its presenters, hosts, directors, or other team members.
This show is intended for audiences aged 23 and older. This production and its digital copies contain content of an adult nature. If you are easily offended or are under the age of 18, this show is not intended for you. The posts, pages, and recordings within are intended for adults only and may include descriptions of scenes of sexual content, suggestive opinions, detailed discussions, and graphic topics. Listener discretion is advised.
Her name was Lola. She was a showgirl with yellow feathers in her hair and a dress cut down her leg.
It's time for Lola's Lessons.
It's time for Lola's Lessons.
Good evening, lovely lustfuls. Welcome to the 8th episode in season 4 of Lola's Lessons, your favorite nighttime talk focused on education and sex positivity. In tonight's lesson, we discuss prostate pleasure. But before we do that, let's get on over and mention our association endorsement site, Z-Nights. The Z-Nights website has combined socials, events, parties, and workshops for all walks of life and like-minded individuals. Z-Nights is a quality South African community of fun, uninhibited, unique people who enjoy life to the fullest, are into casual dating, social networking, open relationships, or alternative lifestyles. With an extensive amount of social platforms for us adults to connect on, Z-Nights makes finding these quality connections easy, affordable, and accessible. If you'd like to join the Z-Nights community, head on over to www.znights.com and explore countless possibilities. Then, of course, our endorsement site, Lola's favorite friends at the Council of Fantasy. The COF is a lifestyle-orientated community catering for everything from BDSM to lifestyle and sex positivity and everywhere in between. We're an all-inclusive community, and the only shame we shame are the people that shame themselves. Shame on you, shamers. One of the main focuses of the COF is in education, and not just in BDSM, but in sex positivity and lifestyle. You guys can find us at www.counciloffantasy.co.za, or alternatively, visit Lola's website at www.lelustfm.live. Find the link to the WhatsApp community at the bottom of the homepage. There's a little WhatsApp icon. Click on the icon and come and join the WhatsApp community. Let's get to chatting away. Your Lola Blakely production moderators for this evening are Miss Muffet and my man Axel. Then Mr. Black Dragon is standing in for Medusa this evening because Lola gave Medusa the night off. She deserves it. She works way too hard. Feel free to engage with them or send them a wave, send them questions that you'd like answered. They're here to keep us safe during the airing. Please note that the guests and host will answer questions before the break, and then again just before the end of the show. Now, the time has come, one of my favorite moments of the evening, to introduce the gorgeous, gorgeous blonde bombshell of a co-host. And we're doing something a little bit different this evening because we've had technical difficulties like fucking nobody's business, right? So we are on a WhatsApp call and my mic's going to have to serve as the mediator between us. So without further ado, let me just increase my volume there. There we go. That's pretty good. And then we can say, hi, Miss Carmen, Ellie, wifey. How are you doing?
Hello.
Is that all I get? Hello. Hello, Lola. You look fabulous. Hello, Lola. I've missed you. Hello, Lola. Look how long your lashes are for me this evening. Fuck all of that.
On my video.
You're not. Can I show you closer? Listen, I did my makeup. I even did my eyes. I mean, I did my hair. I'm wearing my hoe hoops for you.
I saw.
Did you hear they say the bigger the hoop, the bigger the hoe? Yo, yo, yo.
The hole or the hoe?
The hoe. No, not the hole.
Same of same.
You are fucking impossible.
You know what? I also prepped for you for tonight. I douched. Okay. Yeah, I did that.
You did?
I'm impressed.
This is Donna's
I
exciting.
was inspired.
So tonight we're doing prostate pleasure, right? And we've got a fabulous guest. But before we get to tonight's guest, let's quickly listen to the prostate pleasurable toys that Miss Carmen Ellie has for us to unbox this evening. Which, by the way, I haven't even uploaded to my Google Drive. So let me do that while you talk us through the toys, shall I?
Okay, so I was a little bit greedy with tonight's toys, and because I'm not missing this for anything. This is one of my favorite topics, and I'm so excited to learn. So I'm starting off with prep, and that is the Milky Way electronic anal douche from Eros. You know our friends at Eros with all the cool
Yes.
stuff that we love.
We
so
love
much,
the
with
Eros,
gorgeous
yes.
packaging. So this is an electronic anal douche, which makes life really, really nice and easy and comfortable, okay? You don't need to be pressing the bulb the whole time to do what you need to do in preparation for prostate play. So it's got a really nice silicone spout for a thorough and satisfying clean, and also 3 water spraying modes. So you can go from a gentle rinse, okay, to a powerful spray, whatever your preference is, which is
We
super
love it.
exciting. And it's USB rechargeable. So I really like the ease and convenience of that douche. Okay.
Don't
So
we
that is
just?
that. Hmm?
Don't we just?
No, we love this. And it's a really nice size as well, so it's comfortable to hold. Okay. So that is my toy number 1 for tonight's topic. And then number 2 is, because you know what? I picked this one specifically for you.
For me, like I've got a prostate.
Only toy to choose from, okay? And I chose the Eros Uranus.
Epiperinus, let's talk about your anus.
I could have chosen so many things, and I couldn't let this one slip past, okay? So basically, it's a prostate probe with 7 vibration functions, and then it's got 2 clever arms that come out the bottom of it. And that wraps around the scrotum, keeping it nicely in place and also for extra sensation around the sides. And what I really like about this toy also is that it's remote control. So, I mean, we love all the anal toys, right? We just don't enjoy them when you keep on having to fiddle at the back because your arms get sore and it gets uncomfortable if you're trying to do this on your own, right?
Of course, yes.
So Uranus is an awesome toy. Lola's going to post all those pictures into the chat.
I
And
am.
then, because I'm greedy, when I have penis envy, and soon I'm going to have prostate envy also, when our guest is done telling us all about all this fun stuff, I chose another 2 toys. The L-shaped toys, your typical prostate massager looking toy, okay? The first one, though, is a nodding prostate stimulator. So the tip actually nods once it's inserted, which is really great. And it vibrates. So it's got 3 nodding speeds, 10 vibration modes, and it's remote controlled, which is really nice. So you're getting all that nodding stimulation right into the prostate. You're getting the vibrations that carry through, also massaging the perineum, and you have your remote control. Also a beautiful Eros toy. And then my last one is similar to the nodding prostate in shape. It's an L shape, but it's inflatable. The shaft inflates. So it has 4 inflation modes, 7 vibration modes, also with remote control.
Yo, but
there's no
you've really spoiled us this evening.
I am spoiling you this evening. I'm spoiling all the prostates out there, okay? It is time. So, in order to access the gift from Lola's lessons, Lola and I are giving you your 10% off your first purchase of any of these Eros toys.
Yes, we
Okay.
are. Dum dum dum.
On to Play With Me, www.playwithme.co.za, and log into the new section at the top. You'll find all the beautiful Eros toys there. And then at checkout, you put in your promo code is Lola's Lessons 10. Lola's, L-O-L-A-S, Lessons, all in caps, numerical number 10 for 10, and you get your 10% off. Okay. And like a spiel, yalla?
Dum dum dum.
I told you I can make quick, hey?
Listen, I'm so
With
proud
these
of
toys,
you.
anything quicker.
I mean, you've got 4 and you really motored through it. I'm so proud of you. And that's why I wifed you up. You see.
Okay, when I come to my next life, I'm coming back with prostate. We both know this.
Listen,
Okay.
even me, because I did some research on prostate this afternoon, obviously leading up to the show, right? And I learned some stuff that, I mean, as an intimacy coach, I should know, right? So I'm very excited to find out what we are going to be learning from our guest this evening. Obviously, listeners, to the men out there, you guys don't have to nod off during your prostate sessions, as Susam for Fun is so eloquently putting here on the app, right? Get it, get it done excitingly. Go over to Play With Me, buy yourself some prostate toys. I mean, these things are really, and they look fabulous too. We love the Eros range. The Eros range is just something spectacular.
It's a quality range. It's a thoughtfully designed range. We love remote control toys. We love the features they have to offer, and also it's a quality product at an excellent price.
At an excellent price, yes,
You
exactly.
only can play with me, okay? So hurry on over and take advantage of this wonderful deal.
Go step in and step out with some toys for yourself. You deserve it too. So tonight we've got a very special guest. I mean, it's the same guest in 2 weeks, right? I'm very excited. What did you want to add, Comms, there? Because I can see you just like the bells are going off. Ding, 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 ding.
I adore this guest. Like, I hope you know.
Oh.
I don't think you'll even reach for me on the screen because you're badass like that. But I have noticed with this guest, bring up the prostate, and when she starts talking about it, her whole face lights up.
I
And her
know.
eyes-
I know. It makes me so excited. Because here's the thing, right? Prostate overall. And I don't know if you saw on the CIF, but I put a poll on the CIF. You know, the guys were even too shy to answer. There was in total only 3 answers on my poll, and then on my question I got like 2 or 3 emoji responses, and then on the poll I think there was like 5 answers out of all of those guys. I mean, it's a group of only over 90 people, right? And about 60% of them are men. Only 5 of them actually took the time. And if you take a look at how many read it, because you know, Comms, you learned the other day that you can actually see who read your message in a group. The guys are too shy to be answering these things, which frighten me because, I mean, that's where we'll get to later. But before further ado, let's introduce this evening's guest, right? Mistress Salsa is a professional dominatrix and a lifestyle dom. She identifies as a disciplinarian and a sadist, a sissy transformer, and essential dominator, offering sessions to couple, men, women, and trans. Assertive, strict, seductive, and at times cruel. Sessions cater for a variety of kinks and fetishes for those that serve her. The eroticism, where's my computer going to now? Why is it doing this? There we go. The eroticism of BDSM is a powerful aphrodisiac through which she controls the scene and instructs couples, slaves, and submissives to do her bidding and perform a sexy boudoir in a sexy boudoir and dungeon setting. Power exchange is her primary turn on. The dressing room is used to dress trainees and women in sexy lingerie, trannies and women in sexy lingerie, shoes and wigs. They are then led into the dungeon or torture chamber for a sensual boudoir room. The scene is set with low lights, candles, a 4-poster bed in the plush boudoir room, tied, teased, and put into various compromising positions and impaled. Love it. A wide range of toys, strap-ons, and dildos at her disposal. Mistress will have you shivering with anticipation and desire, gasping with release, or begging from suppressed orgasm as she wishes and commands. Couples are instructed on what to do to one another. Step into Mistress Salsa's dungeon and let her make your fantasies and fetishes a reality. Mistress Salsa believes everybody should be intimate and take ownership of their own bodies and its full potential for pleasure. This is the reason she enjoys providing anal and prostate play and encourage exploration of anal gasms. I mean, can we just?
Thank you, ladies.
Welcome, Mistress Salsa. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. It's honestly an honor to have you back again. I mean, you joined us last week, Saturday, for that segment, fetishes and kinks. But it's great to have you back.
Thank you. It's lovely to be here. Good evening, everyone.
So tell me, Mistress Salsa, where did your passion for prostates, I like that. Where did your passion for the prostate start?
I always enjoyed humping my boyfriends, and I think it just started from a young age and grew from there. And when I found out what the prostate was and what it could do, when I read up on it, it was just so exciting. It's such a sexy part of a man's body. I can control them with one little finger.
It is. It is. That's the thing. I understand why men are so I feel so taboo about it because everybody thinks prostate is anal. I asked my partner this evening, "Do you know what your prostate is?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's the section between your balls and your anus." I'm going, "No, that's not your prostate."
You can access it externally from there, the section between there and there, but no, it's not that. It's about 4 to 6 centimeters just inside. If you stick your finger inside and up towards the penis, there's a little wall-shaped gland there. And if you massage that, rub your finger up and down on there and things, it's a very, very sexy spot on the man.
So tell us, what exactly does the prostate do? Sorry, Combs.
Your prostate helps to flush out your seminal fluids. So it helps to clean everything out and keep your semen flowing through properly. That's the primary thing that it's used for, besides pleasure.
I love that. People don't realize that their semen actually comes from their prostate. Sorry, Combs, I interrupted you there. What did you want to say?
Your semen, not your semen, your seminal fluid.
Yeah, seminal fluid, sorry. Yeah.
It's different. So that's actually a healthy regime. I mean, to milk it, at the regular, eh? Absolutely. So as far back as the 18th century, they've been advising that people should have their prostates massaged. In fact, in the 18th century, they used to tell the men to go riding with a saddle. And a lot of them preferred to ride bareback, but you should ride with a saddle so as to massage your prostate. All the way back then.
Wow, that's actually
love that.
The other thing that I read up that really scared me is, and Fox mentioned it on COF, and then I actually went and I researched it, is that prostate cancer is one of the leading male cancers. It's also the second highest cause of death, and amongst the 5 highest causes of cancer in the world under men.
And yet it's one of the ones that is the most easily treatable. And it's far more fun to have me, stick my finger up your bottom and tell you whether your prostate is enlarged or not than a doctor's big fat chubby finger up there. I've told 1 or 2 people to go and get themselves checked out. And they've been told that they needed treatment. So I've actually been able to tell people when their prostate is a bit enlarged. Sometimes you naturally have a larger prostate, but if your prostate is a bit enlarged, you should have it checked out. And I've been able to tell people that. So you see, I'm a double up as a doctor, not just a dominatrix.
We love this for you.
Naughty nurse. I love that. And, I also enjoy hearing about exactly where it is, because oftentimes people are like, well, I don't really know how to start finding it. Where is it? And people expect that it's further on up in the canal. I mean, 4 to 6 centimeters really isn't a long distance away.
No.
It's about the length of your middle finger.
So I don't have very big hands, but about the length of your middle finger. So
Mine is the nails. Yeah.
And they do worry about their nails, but you're going to use the cushion of the end of your finger. And obviously, we ladies know how to keep our nails out of the way and use the cushion of your finger, the little pad of your finger, to massage.
But I mean, if
you
you've
don't
got
want to go jabbing.
if you've got Lola
So
kind
it's
of
like-
nails, is that not going to be a problem?
If you put your hand flat, you can see that your tips of your fingers are touching things, not your nails. So unless if you tilt your nails, then you're going to jab it. But if you keep your hand flat, you're not going to jab it. You're going to rub it with the cushions, the little pads of your fingers.
Of your fingers.
But a lot of men, a lot of hetero men, when you mention anal or prostate play to them, they go, "Oh hell no, I'll never go there."
Yeah.
Yeah. For a number of reasons. One, they immediately think, "Oh, does that mean I'm gay?" And there is absolutely nothing wrong with being gay, as we all know. But no, it means that you own your body and you own your pleasure and you're in touch with every part of your body. If you weren't meant to play with your prostate, you wouldn't be able to get so much pleasure out of it.
This is what I don't
believe every man
understand.
should use his prostate.
Yes. So many of yes. Why is it in your anus if you aren't supposed to? And something that I said it. I think I said it last week or the week before, was something that Danae Ranka, another podcaster with a show on BET, that she loves to say, and I commend her for it, is pleasure is your birthright. It is your right to have absolute amazing pleasure. Why are you limiting yourself because you are scared of societal norms? Guys, come now.
I mean, can you imagine a world where you have this pleasure spot the whole time and you never touched it? I have this conversation a lot in my days. It's like, don't you just want to maybe? And some gents are like, absolutely not. No. And others, couple of months time, Oh, well, you know what? I've been thinking about what you said. Where do I start? How do I explore? And I love that because, I mean, you're shortchanging yourself. I don't have one to play with, so please play with yours. Okay.
The other thing I think that makes people hesitate to play is they're worried about the mess.
Yeah.
Some people don't mind a little bit of messiness, and that's their thing. I personally don't like it, and so I always douche my clients or tell them to douche themselves. And there's a certain way that you would do that, and nowadays there's all sorts of toys that you can even make that part of the play enjoyable. Yeah. They look like anal beads on some of the anal douches these days. So shall I tell you how we do it?
Yes. Yes, I think that's great. Before we get into the technicalities, I just want to add something, right? And I've been pondering about this the whole damn day. And I have never been into. Sorry, that's my phone's alarm going off, telling me that we need to go to commercial break shortly. Yeah, already. So something that's really resonated with me today, and I was sitting and thinking about it. I never used to be into playing with a male's prostate. The thing is, the amount of pleasure that they get from it, to me, that's arousing. Okay. Seeing people and knowing people are exploring that pure pleasure, that's arousing for me. So I want the listeners to just for a second, okay, if you're heterosexual, because the heterosexual guys are normally the guys that have this issue. Now just listen to Lola for a second, okay, just bear with me. Imagine never seeing or having your partner, your wife or your girlfriend, never having her clit rubbed and never having her experience an orgasm.
That's mortifying.
Do you think that's okay? No, because that's where her most pleasure lies. So, baby, why aren't you allowing and gifting yourself this gift? I don't get it. I'm sorry to put it into this perspective, right? But this is how I see it. You and most men get the most turned on by the amount of pleasure they are giving their wives or their girlfriends in a heterosexual relationship. They want their wives and their girlfriends' toes cringing, right? Like curling. And they want their partner's legs shaking. And they want their partners gushing and going, oh, I'm done. You know, why can't we love that for you too? And that's Lola's point this evening. I just wanted to add that in.
Just leading into Sandy explaining to us the how-to, I remember my first time, I had this discussion with my partner because he was interested in exploring it, okay? So I go off and I cut my nails, you know. I went out and I got finger cuts. Okay? A whole bunch of research. And I tell you, it was the most satisfying thing. You can feel it, you know. But seeing the satisfying response, exactly as you said,
it's satisfying.
Was highly arousing for me.
Very arousing, yes.
It's like quite the achievement, you know what I mean?
That's so hot. Listen, I'm about to slip off my chair. Let's hear what Sandy has to say.
Okay, so what I do is I take them and I put them on their knees. Because after all, it is a dungeon that I'm doing. I put them on their knees and I fondle their testicles and their cocks, and I play with the perineum just on the outside a little bit and get them all aroused. And then I have a ribbed anal douche. I fill it up with body temperature water. I don't put anything else in there. If you put other substances in there, you can wind up in hospital. So don't use odd things in there. I put body temperature water and I squirt it in. And that in itself feels rather nice. You hear them moaning in the other end. And I'm not playing with it at that stage, their mouth. Squirt the water up there and then let them stand up and walk around a little bit so it all swishes out. And then they sit on the loo and I tell them to squirt like a woman. I am sadistic. but they release all the water out, and I do that 2 or 3 times. If you're going to have any sort of rimming or anal sex for women, even we should douche too. Any sort of rimming, anal sex, prostate play. You want to wash out nicely inside. You don't want to eat any meat the night before because meat takes longer to process. And in the morning, no fruit or grains or anything like that goes through quite quickly. You want to leave 2 or 3 hours before your play that you're going to have, so that there's not too much in there. And if you douche and you rinse out, lots and lots of lube on the douche, by the way. Lube is our friend. Yes, lots of lube, and put that up there gently. Pop it in. I pop it in and out. Ooh, such fun. And then squirt the water in, sit them on the loo, and let them squirt out. Do it 2 or 3 times. Make sure that there's like a lid. That you take your time. Because if you don't get all the water out, it expels on you later on when you're playing, and that's not so nice. I don't like that. And once all the water's out, you're good to go to have a good time in the bedroom. And there I have an array of toys, starting with a little dildo that's the size of my finger. So the first thing the guys do, they pucker up. And they go, oh, I'm so tight, you can't get anything in there. The things that you push out are much bigger than my fingers.
You didn't.
So you can get things up there. You just need to relax. The ladies are in hysterics now.
You're going to finish me tonight.
So you get toys from, I have a stainless steel anal probe, which everyone loves. I have my anal beads. You can get kinkier and get even a little anal speculum, something like that. Dildos from your tiniest little one the size of a finger, going up to some clients that come to me have giant ones. I mean, talk about an elephant or a horse, they want giant schlongs stuck up there. But your average male is not going to go that big. You know, it's the same size as a male's penis. That's about as big as you want to go.
Mm.
Just a medium-sized penis, not too big.
Okay.
But I like to start with my fingers. Don't start with the toys. Start with the fingers. Because your fingers are very sensory. You're making love to this person. I've been asked to do really hectic plays on people and sort of rape them and things like that. I think personally, and I know I'm supposed to be this big sadist that I am and other things, but for me, prostate play should be a very sensual and sexy experience. I like to use my fingers, get in there. I'll finger them and slide my finger over the prostate gently backwards and forwards, and then they'll slowly relax, and then you can start to get bigger and bigger things inside there. And as I say, most guys don't want anything too big. Eventually, you can put your strap-on harness on, got them on their knees, go up behind them, and give them a good check.
We love this.
That's what you need, Sandy, with your finger, because at the end of the day, if you're going to dive right in there with your strap on, you don't really know which spot you're hitting. At least if you've explored with your finger, you kind of know where it is on that person, right?
Absolutely. So I use gloves. You don't have to. Some people don't, and it's really clean in there once it's been washed out as well.
Yeah.
But you should start with your finger. Start off slowly. There's no rush. When you're making love, don't rush the whole thing. And making love to the prostate is extremely sexy. So start with the fingers. Maybe if it's your lover, a little bit of tongue even. I don't do that, but not with my clients, but a little bit of tongue. Get them into this soft, sexy space, and slowly, and then you can go with the dildos. You can get vibrating ones that work really nice. As we said, we've got some really sexy toys in the Play With Me store that do the perineum as well as your prostate at the same time. You can massage in between the perineum and the bottom of the base of the penis. So the guys love to talk about holding us like a six-pack. I hold them like a six-pack. Take the finger at the bum and the one on the outside, and massaging from inside and outside like a little six-pack.
Magnificent.
So for our vanilla listeners, right? For our vanilla listeners, the listeners that haven't really explored this, and the listeners that are maybe a little bit afraid to explore this, how would they go about cleaning themselves out? Because obviously in your dungeon you do things a little bit differently. But say this is a couple, because Lola's Lessons is all about couples, enhancing couples' intimacies at home. So if it's a heterosexual couple and they want to play at home and they want to find out how this is going to work for them, how would you suggest them cleaning it at home? Let's do this question, and then we need to go to commercial break.
Okay, so they're going to buy themselves a good quality anal douche. I don't suggest that you use the medical ones from the pharmacies, because sometimes the spike is it might have little edges that can catch you, and you don't want to be torn or something up there. Your sex shops have got really nice ones, which, as I said, can be ribbed or squirt water in different directions, 3 or 5 different directions at the same time. Put body temperature water in, squirt it up there, let it move around for a little while, and then release it. And do that 2 or 3 times, and you'll be clean as anything inside there.
Brilliant.
So that's how I would do it.
So they just get the water, they go to the bathroom, they squirt it out, and do it 3, 4, 5 times. Make sure the water obviously runs clean, possibly afterwards. And then, I mean, your wife or your partner can go licking the egg and go playing with her fingers, even if she's got long nails. It's all okay, and we can really have fun. Coms, what do you want to add before we go to commercial break? I see your hands up in there.
I just have a question about douching, because I mean it is some people prefer it and they like it's an absolute must, and some people say, you know what, I have anal sex and we play with my prostate and I don't douche. I mean, some people, your body's a magnificent thing. Sometimes when it knows you're getting down there, it kind of shuts everything off anyway. So is it an absolute must? Is it something that people should just, try either which way and see what works for them? Is it dangerous to be douching all the time? These are questions that I have.
These are good questions.
But douching too often is not recommended. I would do it every day or anything like that. Because you want to keep your natural state in your bottom. So I wouldn't do it every day. It's not essential that you douche. I don't like scat, which is poo, or messiness. But some people don't mind, aren't too fussed about that. If you've emptied your bowels out and washed yourself outside nicely, sometimes that's sufficient. Otherwise, if you want to make sure that there's no mess, you want to make sure that you're not going to bump into anything on the way going in, then you want to douche. I could tell you a horrific story of my first experience and not knowing the difference between a prostate and what else was up there. Hi, I douche. I think we should have a commercial now. Even I'm blushing.
Listen, it takes a lot to let Lola blush. I want to hear all about this when we come back from commercial break. Listen, listeners, this evening we are discussing a prostate pleasure preference. Here's the thing, listeners. I mean, are you going to deny your wife playing with a clit? Let's not be facetious like that. Let's open our minds, broaden our horizons, and experience pure pleasure. When we come back, a little bit more on prostate pleasure and how to develop a preference, therefore.
How old were you when you realized you were kinky? My name is Jerry Pelser, and in my latest book I explore the topics of friendship, young love, family secrets, and kink positivity in a new series of 4 books called The Felicity Street Annals, a children's story for adults. The first book in the series launches on the 30th of May and is available in both paperback and Kindle on Amazon.com, along with my other, distinctly more adult, BDSM-flavored novels.
We can fight our desires, but when we start making fires, we get ever so hot. Whether we like it or not, they say we can love who we just.
Surrender yourself to Mistress Salsa, professional dominatrix. Discard your inhibitions and experience your deepest, darkest fantasies in my dungeon. I am a disciplinarian and sadist, offering both cruel torture in the torture chamber and sensual domination in the boudoir room. Sissification transformation is also done in the dressing room, as well as garden play, being locked up in the jail cell or disciplined in the schoolroom. Discretion is absolute. My dungeon is a safe space to embrace your natural kinks and escape the stresses and judgment of everyday life. You will feel exhilarated and rejuvenated after releasing yourself and surrendering to Mistress in submission. I can be contacted on 083 355 0155 or email Mistress on bdsm@mistresssalsa.com.
Sensually Royal is an adult toy store that sells all things sensual and kinky. We only sell top quality toys to give the full royal experience. Book a sensual session with Queen Anana's professional dominatrix to guide you and your partner on using our toys in the most intimate and sensual way. Pleasure is the name of the game. Remember that kink doesn't have to mean pain. You'd be surprised to see what terrifying looking toys can be used to give you an arousing, alluring, and sensational experience. Contact information: Queen Anana's WhatsApp on 063 398 2355. Instagram, Queen Anana's Official. Queen with 3 E's _ Ananas _ official. And obviously, Sensually Royal. Instagram, Sensually _ Royal.
You know you love my escapades. A little bit of fun ain't a crime. We could lock ourselves in and fuck for days. We could take advantage of time. No, I'm not one of those good girls who buys you gifts for your birthday. I show up with sex toys in a trench coat, telling you to behave. That guy, handcuffs, swing set, and whips to make you wish you never came back. I like to have fun with this shit. I told you when you met me, boy, I'm one kinky son of a bitch. I'll strap you to the bed if you let me. I thought I told you I'm one kinky son of a bitch. Give me one night to control you, then I'll hold you like one kinky son of a bitch. I'll rip your clothes off, take a load off. After a long day, I'm one kinky son of a bitch. If you take a look in my bag, you will see you don't know how. One kinky son of a bitch. All I do is misbehave. An animal I'm too hard to tame. Got more than class, I'm different, babe. After me, your life won't be the same. You'll be falling in love. No, I'm not one of those girls you wanna take home to mama. Cause when we visit, she gon' probably catch me doing some things that I should not do around her. Me in handcuffs, swing set, and whips to make you wish you never came back. I like to have fun with this shit. I told you when you met me, boy, I'm one kinky son of a bitch. I'll strap you to the bed if you let me. I thought I told you I'm one kinky son of a bitch. Give me one night to control you, then I'll hold you like one kinky son of a bitch. I'll rip your clothes off, take a load off. After a long day, I'm one kinky son of a bitch. If you take
And Lustfuls, we are back. This evening we are having such a kinky episode and such a brilliantly kinky guest with us on a prostate pleasure preference is this evening's episode's title. I mean, it's been absolutely a joy the first half an hour. And we are continuing with this episode with our gorgeous guest this evening, Mistress Salsa. Mistress Salsa believes everyone should be intimate and take ownership of their bodies and its full potential for pleasure. That is the reason she enjoys providing anal and prostate play to encourage exploration and encourages exploration and anal orgasms. Mistress Salsa, welcome back. Welcome back, Coms. And welcome back, listeners. Let me quickly ask, what is an analgasm for those vanilla listeners that do not, when it's not self-explanatory, let's explain it.
An orgasm is an orgasm that comes exclusively from your prostate, from your anal gland, your prostate gland.
That's so sexy.
You can have a full body orgasm that ripples right through your whole body, and it's just from your anus. I don't even have to touch the penis.
You are kidding. I didn't know this.
So I believe all men should have prostate play. Apart from the medical benefits that you get from it, it's really a sexy part of your body with so many sensations and so on. Your hetero men should play with them. Your gay men love anal, obviously, but you've got your transvestites and trans people as well. And I have someone who comes to me at least a couple of times a month, and she comes dressed up absolutely gorgeusly, a transvestite, and I tie her up in all sorts of positions. She likes to be called this. She's a real slut. No slut shaming, because she likes to be sluttified. And I can put my whole fist up inside her and do what we call fisting. I'm very careful. You make your fingers long, and so obviously.
We lost Mistress Salsa there. Are you still there, Carmen? There we go. Sorry, we lost you there, Mistress Salsa. Just say you elongate your fingers.
Okay, put your fingers long and go in with and as you get the most difficult part is to get over the knuckles.
Mm-hmm.
But I like to rub the perineum with my knuckles, and once I'm in, then you curl your fingers inwards and you rub with your knuckles on the prostate. And
Yo.
You can move your whole fist around inside there. And obviously she's had a lot of anal play, so it takes a little while to get to this point. But I can give her an anal orgasm where her whole body goes into an orgasmic state, and she tries to expel my hand, not on purpose, just her body naturally tries to expel my hand. I'm a sadist. I don't allow her to. She's giving her orgasm after forced orgasm, but she tries to. So that's an anal orgasm and fisting. It's delightful.
So I think for our vanilla listeners, that might be a little bit too hardcore of a play. But don't worry, you guys don't have to start there. Like Mistress Salsa said, you guys can start with just the finger.
And also, I think Mistress Salsa is quite petite. I
Yes.
mean, if we had a Carmen and Lola in the dungeon.
Yeah, look, I've got massive hands.
Invite us over. We want to play.
Listen, this is so exciting to me. I haven't had an episode in the longest time. You guys can still hear my voice. Sorry about that. But I haven't had an episode in the longest time where I've had so much fun. So this is really exciting to me. I don't even have a prostate, and I'm going, yes, this is exciting.
I'm getting jealous now.
Yes.
Can we go back to your previous point about for the vanilla listeners, etc.? So, I mean, I'll have people come and see me, and a woman will grab an anal toy and go, I just want to surprise my partner with, and I'm going,
let's not.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah,
Please not be surprising the man with the toy.
No.
Okay. Mistress Salsa, when people come to your dungeon, they come with a predetermined kind of expectation of what it is that they're looking for.
their biggest fear, most of them, is that I'll go in too big too fast. And it's like going to a virgin. Don't go fast. Make love to it. Put them on their knees. I use my nails. I use my nails on their buttocks. I run my finger over their perineum. I fondle their testicles. Play with it. Make love to it. Put them into the safe, wonderful space, and then stick your finger in their bottom, and they'll love it. Lots of lube. I use gloves. You want to put condoms on your toys sometimes, and if you don't put condoms on your toys, make sure that you get a really good cleanser to cleanse your toys, because if they can get black mold and things. It looks like somebody took a Cokie pen and scribbled all over your toys, and that is very bad. It can make you ill. So you have to have a really good toy cleanser from Play With Me or one of the other sex shops. But yeah, a little finger slipped up inside there, and you'll have them purring and eating out of your hand. Of course, I like to put them on their knees, take a spreader bar, spread their legs, and attach their hands and feet to it. But then I'm hardcore, aren't I? Attach their hands and legs to it. Well, how about
They're strong in this one.
Different size dildos, from small to really big, and then I'll make them suck it first so they can see how big it's going to be, and then they know it's going in the other end next. But your men won't want to do the sucking part so much. It's more for your transvestites and things like that, your transgenders and so on.
The client who arrives in my store who's listened to the podcast going to be like, I'm all prepped and ready. I'm going to surprise my guy with a spreader bar and this gigantic dildo.
Listen.
I'll start with my finger.
Slowly.
Start with a little finger.
So we've got a question from a guest here, and I think this is one of your subs, if I'm not mistaken. It looks like it's one of your subs. Darnishka.
Dashanika,
thank you for the pronunciation correction. Says, question, does poppers really make prostate play easier and more pleasurable? Now, first things first. When I was in high school, poppers were illegal. Are they now legal? Let's just find that out
they
first.
They are legal. You can get them in the sex shops.
Okay, so we can continue with the question.
They help to relax you, and it relaxes your sphincter muscles at the same time, so that you can go in there more easily. And if you want to use a bigger toy, you want to relax, because sometimes you can't even get the little finger in there. They're so scared, they pack it up nice and tight, and you can't get anything in there. But if you relax them and whatever, the poppers helps to get a larger toy. And so what I do sometimes is I'll use my nails, all sorts of things. And then if I want, I'll use a smaller toy or probe. And as I go towards a bigger toy, say I want to use a 3 to 4 centimeters across, which isn't very big, but might be for some people. And then I'll let them use the little poppers. Poppers, a lot of people love poppers. They love the euphoric feeling that they get from using that. I find it can give you a headache. So it has got some negative side effects. It can give you a headache, and it also, I like to play sometimes as much as I don't have to touch the penis. I can give them, as I said, an orgasm. I like to play with both the cock and the prostate at the same time sometimes, and the poppers will make your cock go soft.
Okay. That's an important note to make.
Yes. You see, that's why we have these episodes, so that people can learn. So I love that for our listeners. I absolutely love that. Coms, you had a question there.
I'm curious. So, oftentimes people come in and go, I want to explore my prostate first before anybody else sticks their finger in my bum. Okay. So the kinds of toys that I supply to a lot of straight men would be the L-shaped prostate stimulator with remote control, so you don't have to bend your arms in and get uncomfortable, because it's difficult doing it by yourself. Okay? So curiosity comes in here, where other than what you dictate the kinds of toys you're going to use on your clients, what is the preference? Some people genuinely don't want a whole elaborate prostate stimulator. They just want a dildo. So what are the most common types of prostate play toys is my question.
Well, you've got your anal probes, which is a stainless steel anal probe, or your anal beads, which are really nice, but that's not going to work with prostate so much. That's more for your perineum, because it's popping past the perineum that's giving you your sensations there.
Yes,
If you want to play with the prostate, it really is something. You can get things that you can put on your fingers. Sometimes they vibrate, and use that. Even extend your finger if your fingers aren't very long. But mostly the dildos. I like to even get a vibrator. I've got a little vibrator that I put in a condom and some lube and put that up there and let it vibrate on the prostate. Yeah, it's your dildos mainly, but with the vibration is really nice.
So for the guys that don't know where the prostate sits,
so your prostate is, where is it? It's just up inside. If you put your finger inside and put it towards your penis, it's about as long as, it's about 4 to 6 centimeters just inside, aiming towards the penis. You'll feel a little walnut-shaped gland, and it goes quite hard sometimes if they're very aroused. And that, just gently massage that and play with that.
So for the guys that don't know where it is, I've shared photos on the app a couple of times of exactly where it is, because I've been getting messages off air now, just where is it? Okay, so now we know where it is. That's twice we've said this now. If you haven't heard it, you guys can go back and listen to the replay. Okay. Please, that's enough now. What other tips and tricks do you have for us, Mistress Salsa?
Ooh, tricks. I would say get yourself a good strap-on harness, and once you're used to having a bit of anal play and the fingers and a dildo and whatever, let your partner, if you're a heterosexual couple, let your partner use the strap-on, and I love to do different positions. With a strap-on, I can have them sit on my lap facing me, and I'm lying on my back, and they're squatting over me, facing me, and they're riding up and down on top of me. I could put them on their backs with their legs in the air. A little bit of that can be a little humiliating, but I like you to be a little humiliated. Your legs in the air. You can do missionary. You can lie behind them and spread their legs and go in from the back. Just about any position that you can make love in, you can make love with a strap on. And just make sure that the size is right, that you know what size you want to use. Of course, if you want to get really kinky, you can put it on, balance it on the floor and make them squat in front of them and use it. That's fun too. But it's humiliating.
Okay. Okay.
That's because they get to control the sensation as well. If they're squatting over, if they're on top of you, so that actually makes a lot of sense.
So they love to sit on above me, and when I'm lying down flat, and they sit above me and squat over and ride up and down, then that gives them the control of how deep and how fast and everything to go. And it's the same thing if they want to do anal play on their own and they put the dildo on the floor, like I said, they can play by themselves with that.
That's a smart way of doing it.
I love that.
And now, to what extent, I mean, your services, I mean, you have quite an extensive range of services. I guess there's very little you can't do. It just depends on what it is that you're wanting to do. But do you have the option available for a couple to come in to explore that with each other? I mean, where else would a couple go if they weren't going to be exploring prostates at home? Maybe they were a little bit uncomfortable and they needed someone like yourself. They could come to you and you could show them, right?
So I love having couples in my dungeon. I cater to couples which we'll get back to in a second, and your trans community, your men on their own, and I have ladies with all the ladies' toys, but that's for another evening. Getting back to the couples and the prostate play, you would come through. It looks like, let me just give you a little bit on my dungeon. It looks like any other suburban house. You drive up and you would never, no one would ever guess what's going on behind my walls. You drive into a private parking place and walk in through the garden. I do garden play as well, and walk in past the suspension rig. They might guess from that. And into a connection room where we sit and we chat and we discuss why you were there. You tell me that you want to experience prostate play. Your partner wants to play with you. I would tell you what it would entail. We discuss it if needs be, because I do have a range of kinks that I cater to. So safe words, hard and soft limit, all the different things we discuss in there. Then we go into the dressing room. Sometimes I dress up the ladies and they're nice and sexy for their partners, or I dress up the trannies in there. From there, I've got a dungeon with all the torture equipment and so on. But we'd walk past there and past the jail cell into the bathroom where I put you on your knees and do the whole douching thing.
Sorry, just backtrack a little. Okay. Did you say jail cell?
I have a jail cell. Yeah, if there's somebody hanging off the wall, don't mind them.
Oh, fuck, this is first class.
And then into the boudoir room where I can attach your partner to a St. Andrew's cross while I play with one on the bed, or put you both on the bed and teach you how to do the anal play, what to do, or I could tie one to a chair and make the other have orgasms, or show you what to do to one another with prostate or any other kind of play. Gets really kinky in there. As something people like to do sometimes when they're having anal play, they do sounding as well. It's a bit extreme, but you slide a metal bar down inside your penis and then put a vibrator on it and make it vibrate. It's like having a massage from inside your cock out. There with the finger up the bum works very well. I'm so envious.
This is hilarious.
Did you know what you were getting yourself into when you invited me onto your show?
Yes, we knew. Love it. So we've got another question from my other co-host on Lifestyle Lectures. And this question is directed at Carmen. And I'm assuming it's Mr. Twosome is going, last question cut off, damn it, unrelated. Carmen, how long are your nails? Carmen and Lola have the same amount of nails. It's the same as Mrs. Twosome's nails. It's way long.
Okay, I'm telling you this now.
This is hilarious. Okay, so let's discuss the nails quickly, because I also saw somebody earlier in the comments saying no nails, and I'm going, but we just discussed nails, right? How long realistically can your nails be before you actually tend hurting somebody? Because I wear very, very long nails.
Okay, so I don't like my nails to be too long. So I won't go past about a centimeter past the end of my nail.
Oh, okay.
Because I can control the nail then, and I can make sure that it's the pad of my finger, the end of my finger, that's massaging them, and the my nail is never jabbing them.
Okay, yeah, you see, and also
I don't like these. It's hella sexy. But I don't like the long nails, because then I can't control it and it might scratch something inside them.
Okay, fine, I'll cut my nails.
No, you don't have to cut your nails, because when we go for our date night at Mistress Salsa's dungeon, you know, we will just be the subject.
Okay, but are you going to mind my long nails, Carmies? That's what I want to know.
No, this is not where this is going. It's a different show, but I like where you're going with it. It's a G-spot.
Listen.
I'm not giving you a get out of jail free card.
Listen. Oh, You know what? I just start flirting with you and you give me everything the fuck I want. Let's be honest. I'll just kiss that neck and grab you from behind and you'll be putty.
Mistress Salsa, okay, has already told us all of these erotic stories.
Okay.
I'm already like sliding off my chest.
Even I'm aroused. No, listen. It's really been an exciting evening. Mistress Salsa, before we end this episode, is there anything in particular that you would like to add still? Because I know Carmen still has one question on her agenda.
I think we've covered most of it. I would just like to see a lot more people owning their sexuality and every part of your body. It's yours. Have that pleasure and don't worry what other people are thinking. No, it doesn't make you gay. And if you are gay, that's fabulous. But every male should be playing with and experiencing the pleasure that they can get from their prostate. It really is the sexiest thing to watch. And I get turned on, hugely turned on. When I play with a man and I see how he responds to what I'm doing, it's so exciting and
so sexy. Pleasure pleasers, right? And I mean that for the partner's sake.
How you described it, it's making love to the prostate. I did not know I was coming here tonight to learn how to make love to the prostate. Okay, beautifully said. Mistress Salsa, the best for telling me. I have an important announcement to make. I don't have a question. I have an important announcement, Lola. Okay, just hear me out. I'm coming back. I've decided. Okay, I'm coming back in my next life as a man
with a prostate. Okay? Even me.
That I can play with and do the helicopter with and all the fun things we do with it. Okay. And then I'm on my way to you. I'm going to grab you in your kitchen and give you a passionate kiss. Throw you on the bed. And then I'm going to hightail it, okay, to Mistress Salsa. I was going to say, would this be a person?
Listen. The way you turn me on, Carmen. Goodness gracious, stop it, go away.
I left you in your bed. I'm on my way to Mistress Salsa's. I'm just sitting on your phone.
Just leave me with a video call. I'll be happy.
Really, it's been such a treat chatting to you some more. I mean, I don't think I'll ever get enough of you. Thank you so much for all of the information and insights and the thrill of it all. Truly, it's been such a great time.
It was a lovely evening. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you, Mistress Salsa. Honestly, we absolutely loved having you here. We're going to play your ad again at the end of the show now, so that if people want to get hold of you, they know where to get hold of you. For those of you who missed tonight's episode, it was called a prostate pleasure preference, and we had the gorgeous and ever so educated Mistress Salsa on the show, explaining what it is about the prostate that we should actually be focusing on pleasuring. If you missed it, you guys can listen to the reruns. Sorry, that was my jacket rubbing against my mic because I'm sitting outside. It's so cold today. If you missed the rerun, or if you missed the episode, you guys can always catch the rerun on lelustfm.podbean.com. Alternatively, you guys can head on over to my website, www.lelustfm.live, and catch the reruns there. What can you guys expect in the Lola Blakely production series for the rest of this week? Where's my show planning gone? There we go. I found it. Poor Medusa's on leave. I just said she needs to take leave this weekend because she's really, really overworked. So we miss her. But she will be on air with me tomorrow night during Kinky Classes. We will be doing Living Vanilla with a Dash of Spice. How do you live as a new BDSM dynamic within your intimate relationship, but still continue your vanilla lives with your kids and your partners? Catch that tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Kinky Classes. Don't miss it. Then on Wednesday night, my girl Debbie, from the fabulously hot Twosome for Fun duo, will be joining me to discuss a swingers fantasy and fetishes. it's gonna be a stellar. Because we always talk about BDSM fetishes and fantasies, right? But trust me, orgies and reverse gangbangs and gangbangs, these are all fantasies and fetishes that swingers share, right? So let's talk about that. And then Carmen, you tell me what we're doing next week, because I don't know. Is it a surprise? We're going to do that one again. We're pulling a surprise. Last one, listeners, tune in next week, Friday, for your surprise episode from Lola and Carmen. It's going to be fun. Lastfuls, it's been an absolute joy having you here with us this evening. Thank you for joining us as usual. It's been so much fun. We were trending again on Wednesday night. I mean, we've been trending most of today. I cannot thank the lot of you enough for making sure that this production is ever as successful as it's been. And then until next week, same time, same place, we love the lot of you.
Bye.
Bye.
We can fight our desires. But when we start making fires, we get ever so hot. Whether we like it or not. They say we can love who we just. But what is love without lust? Two hearts with accurate devotions. What I feel is without emotions. I'm going in for the kill. I'm doing it for a thrill. Oh, I'm hoping you will understand. And now let go of my hand. And now let go of my hand. And now let go of my I'm going in for the kill. I'm doing it for a thrill. Oh, I'm hoping you will understand. And now let go of my hand. I'm going in for the kill. I'm doing it for a thrill. Oh, I'm hoping you will understand. And now let go of my hand. I hang my hopes out on the line. Will they be ready for you in time? If you leave them out too long, they'll be withered by the sun. Full stops and exclamation marks. My words stumble before I start. How far can you send emotions? Can this reach across the ocean? I'm going in for the kill. I'm doing it for a thrill. Oh, I'm hoping you will understand. And now let go of my in for the kill. I'm doing it for a thrill. Oh, I'm hoping you will
Surrender yourself to Mistress Salsa, professional dominatrix. Discard your inhibitions and experience your deepest, darkest fantasies in my dungeon. I am a disciplinarian and sadist, offering both cruel torture in the torture chamber and sensual domination in the boudoir room. Sissification transformation is also done in the dressing room, as well as garden play, being locked up in the jail cell, or disciplined in the schoolroom. Discretion is absolute. My dungeon is a safe space to embrace your natural kinks and escape the stresses and judgment of everyday life. You will feel exhilarated and rejuvenated after releasing yourself and surrendering to Mistress in submission. I can be contacted on 083 355 0155 or email Mistress on bdsm@mistresssalsa.com.
Sensually Royal is an adult toy store that sells all things sensual and kinky. We only sell top quality toys to give the full royal experience. Book a sensual session with Queen Anana's professional dominatrix to guide you and your partner on using our toys in the most intimate and sensual way. Pleasure is the name of the game. Remember that kink doesn't have to mean pain. You'd be surprised to see what terrifying looking toys can be used to give you an arousing, alluring, and sensational experience. Contact information: Queen Anana's WhatsApp on 063 398 2355. Instagram, Queen Anana's Official. Queen with 3 E's _Ananas_official. And obviously, Sensually Royal. Instagram, Sensually_Royal.
How old were you when you realized you were kinky? My name is Jerry Pelser, and in my latest book I explore the topics of friendship, young love, family secrets, and kink positivity in a new series of 4 books called The Felicity Street Annals, a children's story for adults. The first book in the series launches on the 30th of May and is available in both paperback and Kindle on Amazon.com, along with my other, distinctly more adult, BDSM-flavored novels.